Fortunate events. Fortunate events. Series of fortunate events.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody, to the latest episode of the series of Fortunate Events podcast brought to you by who? Me, MeMeCherry, and this man right here and his partner. Literally, this is Richie. The other half is Sean. They are the sponsors of the pod by letting me host it at Fluid 510. And we're coming to you live, but recorded from the Port Bar, which is the original baby that gave me a home with you all. So I'm with Richie and I'm with the Bay Area dancing diva, Amoura Teese.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be back on the podcast. Thank you, Mimi, for having us.
Back again. So we're here together for a very special cause. There's a lot of things happening in the local community, and we wanted to just have a cute, quick little conversation about what's going on so that we can let everybody know what's happening and how they can come to action and help us with what's going on. So did you want to give a little overview of what's happening with the Port Bar right now?
Yeah, so the Port Bar has been a great venue for all of Oakland and for the entire East Bay. We've gotten awards across the country for the work that we're doing here about queer programming, but most importantly, making it an LGBTQ venue.
Yeah.
But with alcohol.
Yes.
You know, like a community center, but with alcohol.
Yes.
And, you know, like every other business, we have to renew our lease.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we've come to a hiccup situation where our landlord is not renewing our lease. He said, I'll renew your lease. However, I would like for the activities to stop. And the activities include our queer programming, which are very vital for any LGBTQ business or community to exist, right?
Yeah.
Like you come to any gay establishment, whether you're in Atlanta, in Iowa, in California, or New York, you see drags performances.
Yeah.
You see trivia.
Yeah.
You see go-go's dancing.
Yeah.
It's part of the culture and it's who we are as people.
Of course.
It would be no different than telling another culture, hey, why don't you just eliminate this part of your history, of what makes you?
Yeah.
And that's not who we are as people.
Yeah.
So we want to remain here at home at the Port Bar at 2023 Broadway.
Yeah.
Because this is home. This is where we want to stay.
Yeah.
And we want to renew our lease here.
Yes. So in your opinion, what do you think is the biggest barrier right now from making that happen? Is it them wanting to use it as an excuse? This is me ruminating, right? That like maybe it's them using it as an excuse to get like a higher paying tenant to come in after you or something like that. Or do you think it's just the times are a little weird right now and people are just being a little weird, in your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, I mean, I would say, Amoura, like, how do you feel? Like, what's going on in the nation? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you've been subjected to what's going on across the country with like laws and policies that are being imposed by people who don't want us to exist.
I mean, little drag bans.
Well, exactly like we were saying, like majority of the activities that we have going on here at the Port Bar with the community involve a lot of our queer entertainment, and that's drag queens, go-go dancers. And this has become such a special place for us to be, and for them to want us to cease all those activities is such a shocking thing to happen here in Oakland when there's so much limited space for LGBTQ to thrive, especially in nightlife. And it seems like a very similar thing that's happening around the country with like the drag bans and also a lot of the backlash that the drag story hours have had about, you know, drag queens, you know, not being fit to be around children or to provide entertainment for the community when really it's all fun, love, and entertainment. And that's all we want to do here at the Port Bar, is to continue to provide that for our community. So it really hits home for me because this is my home. This is where I began to start really blossoming in my drag career. And I would hate to see that all founder just because you know, they don't want us to have that here anymore. It's really heartbreaking.
I mean, this podcast would not have existed. I got so many guests in the beginning from hanging out at drag shows and the relaunch. I mean, the fact that I was able to just make a phone call and say, hey, I'm thinking of bringing this back. Can you guys host me from the venue? And it was no questions asked. It was like, yes, open arms, welcome. And to me, that's what the Port Bar has always been, and now Fluid 510 is. It was always a safe space for me. It's something that I've talked about on the podcast, especially as a woman who was born in a female body, presenting female. A lot of times when you go to the old school places in the Castro, you know, they look at me like, what are you doing here? Are you the help? Like, it's really that kind of vibe. And I never, ever felt that feeling here in the Port Bar. I always felt home.
You know, I tell people the Port Bar really reflects Oakland. It reflects the East Bay. You walk in, you see people of color behind the bar.
Yeah.
You see people who look like Oaklanders.
Yeah.
And you don't experience the same thing across the bridge.
Yeah.
But that's because we're a community hub.
Yeah.
We're a space where this is home.
Yeah.
People come here because they feel welcomed.
Yes.
And it's one of those things where if the Port Bar doesn't exist, where else do you go? Yes, there's new LGBTQ spaces, queer spaces that have opened up in the last 2 years in Oakland. But the Port Bar was really the foundation to allow growth of small LGBT businesses to start and to thrive. But when you see customers, when you see performers who've been here since day one, like you guys have been here since day one when the doors open, for us to think, oh, we're going to close. I mean, we didn't close during the pandemic. Why would we close now?
You thrived.
You know?
I mean, that alone, the fact that you not only did not close, but you thrived as a business through the pandemic, that should be something alone that should be cherished and held. Like, it should be like a historical, landmark.
During the pandemic, the Port Bar got 2 awards for fastest growing businesses in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And it wasn't an award comparing us to other LGBT businesses.
Yeah.
It's comparing us to straight businesses.
Yeah.
And that's because people wanted to be here. People wanted to make sure that the Port Bar did not die during the pandemic.
Yeah.
They wanted to see it thrive.
Yeah.
And we appreciate all the customers, everybody who worked hand on hand to keep the doors open.
Of course.
But the other thing is, even during the pandemic, we got the LGBTQ Business of the Year by the Bar and Restaurant Association. So I think we've demonstrated that we're strong, that we're thriving, and we just need to have an opportunity for our landlord to allow the activities to continue.
Yeah.
Because the activities is our culture.
Yeah.
It is the drag. It is the dancing. It is the music.
It's the backbone
that makes us who we are as people.
Yeah.
But if you say, I just want a bar where people hang out and drink, I mean, do we want drunks who are going to not know how to behave? You know, when people are singing karaoke, they're activated. They're drinking water. They're part of the fabric of the community. And if you take that away, it's almost like saying, hey, give me your gay card. You're not allowed to be gay anymore.
Yeah.
We've been so committed to providing a safe space to all of our LGBTQ community and BIPOC community as well, too.
Yes.
That just to see it all like it was such a waste, or that all of our efforts during the pandemic when we were out here, all of our performers were out here performing with masks on, making sure we all kept each other safe.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter who came up into the venue. They were here to have a good time and to feel special and feel like it was a place to be safe and a place to have fun and just to be in the moment. And it's so sad to think that now it's 2023 and we're facing this challenge all over again.
Yeah.
Especially as a drag performer, when what we do is supposed to spread love and entertain people.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, drag has saved my life multiple times. The community, my friends, just having it as a understanding that I'm not alone in this world as being that, misunderstood little artistic, creative, black sheep of the family. There's no black sheep here. I'm part of the unicorn rainbow. Like, I feel seen, I feel loved, I feel accepted. So I know that that's how the Port Bar has affected me personally. For you as a business owner and as a member of the community, how has the Port Bar impacted you personally?
Well, it's impacted me because we've been able to open the doors to allow people to have a home.
Yeah.
Especially during the pandemic when we were all at home, unable to go out. When we reopened, we were able to gather, to eat, to have a cocktail, to share people how we were able to survive.
Yeah.
But when I think about the Poor Bar, I think about the Poor Bar being a very safe LGBTQ space. You know, we have to, because we have a cabaret license, just like a lot of straight bars do on Broadway who have DJs, karaoke, or performers.
Yeah.
We have to have an annual fire inspection to make sure that we're up to code.
Yeah.
To make sure if we have an emergency that people could exit through our corridor and get out if there's a fire.
Yeah.
They have to make sure that our fire sprinklers work. That our fire extinguishers are activated and renew every year. So it's actually a good thing that we have a cabaret license.
Of course.
Because the city comes and inspects us every year.
Of course.
And without an inspection, you wouldn't know if these mechanisms work. But because we go through this inspection, we know we're very safe.
Yeah.
We know that people are going to be safe when they come here.
Of course. Of course. How about you personally? How has the Port Bar impacted you personally?
Well, for one, it's given me a place to become an established performer here in the Bay Area. I've been performing for 8 years now. I want to say a little over the 6+ years they've been here at the Port Bar, and it's been able for me to develop my artistry, being able to get closer to the community, get to know my community better. I grew up in the East Bay, so I always prefer being here on this side of the Bay just because I like the vibes and I like the community. And also it's kept me afloat as an entrepreneur, as an entertainer, as a businesswoman, you know, and I've been able to thrive through my business, through this business and this space. So without this, it would be a detriment to not only to me as an entertainer who lives off of art and drag, but all the other performers and DJs and go-go dancers and any other producers that would like to produce an event here. Yeah. All those opportunities would cease to exist if the space would not be available for us to have.
So this comes on the heels today. A Texas judge announced that the Texas drag bans are unconstitutional.
We love this.
So
great news.
Yeah, so I challenge the landlord of this property to be on the right side of history. But come out. It's glittery. It's fun. It's positive. It's love. I've never felt anything but love being in this space.
Yeah. You know, and I would add, like, even our mayor, Shang Tao, has publicly come out to support the Port Bar.
Yeah.
She has said that 20th Street here on Broadway on 20th Street is so safe because we have our parklet.
Yeah.
They see performers outside on Broadway.
Yeah.
They hear music.
Yeah.
People leave BART and they walk over here to wait for their Uber.
Yeah.
They grab something to eat from one of the street vendors.
Yeah.
That means it's lit, it's safe. And in urban environments right now, we have seen like crime increase because it's just what we have to deal with society. But people come here to the Port Bar and they're like, I'm safe outside.
Yeah.
They want to be here. Whether you're gay or straight, they feel like this is a very safe space.
It's a beacon of hope.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if we are laying all this testimony on the line, what is the call to action that we are asking from our community? What do we need from our community? How can they show up for us in this time of need?
Well, for me, for once, I know everybody that comes here on a regular basis always come out and continue to support the Port Bar, continue to support the business, the artists that are here, and share all the wealth on social media as far as like the content and what we do here, because people need to know that we're not just a bar for everybody, which is what we are, but we're a space where we can all come together, and it's just such a loss of a value if it wouldn't be here. Like I can't stress that enough.
Yeah. How about you, Richie?
Well, the community really wants to save the Port Bar. So they've asked us to create a website, savetheportbar.com, where you could go online and be activated. Join the cause to save the Port Bar. Again, that's savetheportbar.com. And we have all of our information so that you can send an email to our landlord, letting them know that the Port Bar is a safe space. We want it to remain because it activates footprint. It's an economic engine of Oakland.
I know,
but
that's
most
right.
importantly, it's a place where people make a living. You know, not only do we have performers who make a living here, we have employees who've been with us for years, even before the pandemic. You know, this place is almost 2,000 square feet, and it really is an economic engine, a backbone of Oakland's entertainment district.
Yes.
Without the Port Bar, there are no other gay bars in this block.
Yeah.
Because we came here and we said we want to establish this as a community area where people could come in and it could thrive. Similar to like the Castro, similar to like Chelsea or Hell's Kitchen, where you walk a street and you have endless amount of LGBT establishments. If it wasn't for the Port Bar, that wouldn't exist today here in Oakland.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to save.
Yeah.
That's the fight.
Yes. I love the passion. I know that you're both very booked and busy, so we're going to let you get to your gig, and we're going to let you get to being an owner and a socialite in the community. But before we wrap up, I want each of you to share one of your favorite memories from here at the Port Bar.
One of my favorite memories, even though it was kind of a grim one, it was the first day that we had drag brunch here during the pandemic, and it was such a scare for everybody because we all wanted to be safe but also have fun.
Yeah.
And to see the dozens of people that came out the first day to watch us perform on the sidewalk, in the gutter, on the street, was just such a hopeful event that kept it going. And now we've been doing this brunch for over 3 years now. And, we've had our ups and downs, but it's been such a glorious day every Sunday being here to share drag on the street with our community.
I mean, drag has been church for me for a long time, so I love a Sunday drag brunch. What about you? What's one of your favorite memories?
One of my favorite memories was when we started doing karaoke before COVID.
Okay.
You had tons of people coming out.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened and we had to stop karaoke because you can't share a microphone, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember one day I get here to the Port Bar and they're doing karaoke outside. And we're like wiping down the microphone, making sure it's clean. And I realize no matter what challenge we have ahead of us is not going to stop queer people from singing hope.
Yes.
That there's always hope for the next day. And that is who we are as people. That is how Stonewall began, our rights for like civil rights for LGBTQ people.
Yeah.
And I think that we have a history as a community to always fight regardless of the challenge we have ahead of us.
Well, as we wrap up, I want you to just do one more call to action. Please tell everybody, what's the call to action?
Yeah, please visit SaveThePortBar.com. We need your help. We need you to be involved to help save our location, our home here. I don't think we have to move because we are excellent tenants and we're an economic engine of Oakland.
And always come back and support all the staff here, support the entertainers, and of course, support your community. And that's what we're here about at the Port Bar. So please come back out and come show your support.
Yes. I love you. I love you.
Love you. Thank you.
Thanks. Come to the Port Bar! Hello, and we are back.
Yes.
Coming to you live, but recorded from the Port Bar.
Oh, yes.
We're here hot, coming to you hot off the presses at the gig. This beautiful creature literally just got off the stage. It's Heroin.
Hi, everybody.
It's your debut on the pod.
It is. I'm so excited, baby.
Yes.
And we look the fuck good. Yes.
You will be coming back for a full episode.
Oh, I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Period. But while we're here, as I catch you in between the numbers,
Yes.
I just want you to share with me as we're spreading the word of support the port, save the port. What is one of your favorite memories of here at the Port Bar, my sweets?
My favorite memory, actually, so I started drag in 2021 in Sacramento, and I was moving to Oakland with my ex-partner at the time, and I had actually hit up Amoura from social media about potential gigs and like getting out there in drag, and she gave me my first tip spot here for a Wednesday night show, which was absolutely fabulous.
Yes.
But I would say my favorite memory is coming here for Battle on Broadway Cycle 1, the very first new talent competition that they hosted here. And of course, as you would assume, we won.
Yes.
I won the competition, and it just felt so fabulous that I got to do something that I love and enjoy. And at the time, like, not my family wasn't aware that I was doing drag, so I was doing it very low key. And to be in a safe space where people see, appreciate, and like support me for who I am.
Yeah.
It was like so astronomical. It's like something I'll probably never forget for the rest of my life. And definitely being here in that crowd, like, and only have coming out in 2020 as well, like very fresh as a queer person.
We are going to get into this on the full pod.
Baby, on the full pod, there is so much motherfucking tea about who I am.
This is the Amouche Boosh of the heroine.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. She's got a soft side. Trust, faith, trust, and pixie dust. Oh, yes. But yeah, winning this competition and becoming close with so many amazing people here is by far my favorite memory, will continue to be my favorite memory. And every time I come here, I never leave without meeting someone glorious and fabulous.
Oh, well, we just had our formal introduction tonight.
Yes.
So there we go. You just met somebody fabulous tonight, darling.
And y'all did.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your favorite memory of the part. Look out for Heroine, future guest on the pod.
Yes.
We will get fully into it. Drop in the comments. What do you want me to talk about with Heroine? What do you want to know? What's the gig? What's the geesh?
Let's get into it.
What's the kiki? What's the kai? What's the...
I mean, we could talk about who
what's
I've
the
been
pill?
kakaing with. Oh, yes. What's the pill? What's the drug?
That's our host. Anyways.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, babes.
Mwah.
And we're back. We're still here at the Port Bar tonight.
Hello.
Here's the Fortune Events, doing a quick little Save the Port moment. So, La Chucha, one of my latest obsessions. I love you so much. I'm so obsessed. One of my fairy godparents for the
That's
upcoming
true.
Live show.
And you're all going to be there, yes.
You're all, you get a ticket.
Especially
you get a
you.
ticket. You get a ticket. So really quick, you know, we're at the gig. We're coming to you live but recorded from the gig. Just gonna take you for one quick question.
Yeah, of course.
What is your favorite memory of the Port Bar?
There's so many favorite memories at the Port Bar, but one that sticks out, 2 years ago, I was part of the first cycle of Battle on Broadway, which is like a competition for like emerging beginner drag queens.
Yes.
And as part of my first lip sync battle, I popped a baby out of my coochie on stage, and honestly, fucking iconic.
And here I am.
I did still lose. I lost to heroin, but did I lose? When the most memorable part of that night was that baby.
And losing is the new winning.
La period.
That's quite the memorable memory. See, I mean, they're memorable, right? When they're memories.
Yeah.
Usually. Come on, Mimi. Well, I love you, Trucha. Thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time.
Of course.
Bye from the gig. Yes, beach.
Mwah.
We just touched tips. Welcome back, everybody. We're still here at the Port Bar. I'm joined by the one and only Macedonia.
Hi, everybody.
Yes. And we're here bringing you this I feel like I'm on a telethon.
I know, I like it
We're here
too.
to bring you this very important message. We need you to save this community pillar that is the Port Bar. But yeah, I was just filling you in today.
I know. She just told me that for some reason the landlords are being a little wacky about the space. A little shady.
In our opinion.
You know, I mean, I don't know the deets yet, but I know that like they probably want to like go with somebody that is going to pay more. But we've been here since like what, 5, 6, 7 years almost.
Yeah.
And we were here during the pandemic, so
Yes.
they got money.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, it's like why would you want? Yeah,
in the
right?
pandemic, one of the few businesses
Right.
that
And
thrived.
so why would you want to take a place that's so fabulous and like accepts everybody? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think it's bull.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So let's save the Port Bar.
Yes. It's
Because I can continue to have a place to perform.
Yes. Well, you get to have a place to perform. I get to have a place to come at.
Right.
I mean, how many memories have we made here?
I've made
over
so
the
many
years?
memories, not in the bathroom, I promise.
I mean,
but I have made a lot of memories outside, inside. Just wonderful. They have karaoke for a cause. They've had Blessed Cabaret.
Yes.
They have all kinds of stuff. They provide for the community. Like literally, they do so much for this community. Why?
Yeah.
I'm really upset actually right now.
I don't get it either. You know, this space is basically a community center for the queer community in Oakland and the East Bay and beyond.
Absolutely.
We just get to have a little bit of, a cocktail along with your community.
We didn't have very much to begin with. We had
The White Horse, I
Yeah.
think that was the only bar
Yeah.
in the area, and then the 1220, but that's in Walnut Creek.
Exactly.
It's a little far, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
So like 2 gay bars, and then the Port Bar opened. Now Fluid 510.
Yes.
Town's next, around the corner. So
Yes.
we're getting, like, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, why? I'm angry now.
Why squash the thriving? Why squash the growth?
You know what? I think that if people come together and say, hey, we want this place to continue,
Yeah.
I will sign whatever you need me to sign.
Yes.
I will lick a booty hole, whatever I need to do to
Can
keep
you-
the Port Bar open.
Can you share one of your favorite memories of performing here at the Port Bar?
When it first started, I remember that they were looking for, queens in the area, you know what I mean? And so it was like, because the boys didn't really know. They knew one drag queen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so when they asked me to come perform, I was ecstatic, you know what I mean? And so I was like,
Yes.
yeah, you're giving like a Latina queen, from the East Bay, because I live in Antioch.
Yeah.
At the time, I lived in Oakland, actually.
Yeah.
So and I was like, that's amazing. And then I actually got to do bingo here for almost 2 years.
Wow.
I hosted bingo here for almost 2 years, every last Tuesday, right? Last Tuesday of the month.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And you know what? After a while, homegirl needs a little break.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I have like another job, but like I've created a lot of memories, a lot of fun times, and I had my own show here, which is,
Yes.
like, who can say that?
Yes. Yeah.
So tell me your memory here.
Oh my gosh. One of my favorite memories. So, okay, you guys, I think I've talked about this on the podcast, but now you get the visual of this ledge right here on the back that's really for cocktails that I used to get. I used to take pictures here. I would stand on the stool. I would stand on the ledge in the back corner back there to get the best shots of the drag shows.
Oh my God.
And like I have the best shots from like Pride
Yeah,
parties.
yeah, yeah.
This room is
Did you ever
packed.
fall?
Yes. But I mean,
But you know what? It was worth it, right?
yeah, I think like one time I might have like, I don't think I ever fell, but I think there was one time that I was glad somebody was next to me to help me.
I know. I'm pretty sure I've fallen here, right? Have I fallen here? Probably
Enough,
outside. Probably
many
outside.
times.
I mean, liquor may have been involved. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is a bar, so.
Yeah.
But no, like seriously, this place is amazing. You guys,
Yeah.
let's save it. Let's do it.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
do it. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
my other favorite memory was that they let me host a fundraiser. It was when Mexico had the earthquake and Puerto Rico had the hurricanes. And that was very special to me because, he was one of the ones that was like an aftermath kind of effect. But my abuelo, I count him as one of the losses towards, all those tragedies. And so again, the Port Bar, when I was like, oh, I want to host a fundraiser. It was like no questions asked. It was like, yep.
I love that. Like literally no
Yeah.
questions asked,
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
always willing to give to the community, which I think that's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
like Rich and Sean, again, you ask and they'll say, absolutely, what can we do?
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Exactly.
That's why I love this place, like literally.
Yeah.
And it's small, it's quaint.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like but it gets packed.
Yes.
And I've met so many wonderful people here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like literally so many wonderful people.
Oh my God,
Created
yes.
so many friendships. I'm sure you have too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was gonna put nails on, but she beat me to it. I have no nails on. I know I'm a bad drag queen.
No,
Bad drag queen.
This is the first time, literally in like 10 years, that I've had nails. I custom ordered these like little glue-on nails or whatever. And
They're
they were
super
in my
cute. I
bag.
love them.
Oh, thank you. Gilly Nails. Shout out Gilly Nails. I'm gonna order some more custom ones. I want to get ones with little cherries on them.
They're super cute. Like I love them.
Yeah, little.
Like when I first
snap-on.
started doing drag, I could not do a nail, girl. For the life of me. Oh my God. Well, I can do nails now. I'm not a professional. Once a nail goes on, I'm done.
Yes.
I need a dresser. I need a handler.
Yes.
I need somebody to do my hair.
Yes.
I am useless.
I went to the front of the bar to pull out cash for the show. And so it's one of those machines that you push in the car that stays locked. And so then it pushes out and I'm like, and then I'm like looking around like, I'm not going to be that pendeja that asked somebody to pull the card out for her. I look a little too blonde for that.
Right. I love
And so
it.
I popped a nail off so that I could pull it.
You're resourceful. That's resourceful, literally. Pop a nail off, like literally. I don't know how girls do it.
I'm telling
How do
you.
girls do it?
A lot of this.
I know their typing
Yeah,
is like
this.
this, the phone, but like, damn, I can't handle it.
I'm living my Chloe Cardi B
Oh my God,
fantasy
right?
today.
I think it's great.
I gotta get
And I'm a nurse, so nurses are not supposed to wear nails
Yeah.
because they harbor bacteria. So remember that, kids.
Yeah.
So like, I only wear them during drag. You know what I mean? And like, there has been times where The nail glue may not have come off, and I have gone to work in a pair of scrubs with some nails on.
I mean, that's what you did your paperwork.
I know, right? I mean,
That was
and like,
admin day.
I'm like dying trying to take these nails off, and they're not coming off, and I'm like, I have to go to work.
That's gonna be me tonight.
Yeah, but you see a big old man
With nails.
put nails on at the nurse's station.
Oh my
Amazing, right? Amazing.
It's like that gif of who is it, Family Guy?
Yeah.
He's
Totally,
got
like
the
literally.
nails.
I'm at like literally at the nurse's station, like, oh my God. And like, I don't care my coworkers, but like family members are like, what the hell?
What is happening?
I know, right?
What's happening?
I blame the poor part. No, I'm just kidding.
Bueno, we just created a beautiful new memory
I know.
here at the
Thank
Port
you
Bar
so much.
tonight.
Thank you.
Hashtag
If you've never
Save the
been
Port.
here, you guys should.
Please run.
It again, we're gonna keep it open, so trust me. If you've never been here, you'll have such a great time, and the drinks are pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like literally, Patron, Bacardi, Cazadores, Sapphire, you name it, we have it, right?
Yeah, and for being like a city bar, it's
Yeah.
well priced too.
Yeah,
Trust me, your dollar stretches here too.
Your dollar does stretch, because trust me, I've been to bars in Vegas, straight bars and all that, and it's
Yeah.
usually like $20 to get in
Oh my God.
and $20 for a shitty drink.
Yeah, that's this big.
Right. You come here, you're gonna get your $8 worth. Trust me.
There's very
Yeah.
few things I want that are that big.
Right. Exactly. Well, thank you so much.
Of
It's good to
course,
see you. You look
darling.
amazing, by the way.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you. I know they're out today. The ladies.
We're
out
being
today again.
coconut twins.
My
coconuts.
Yes, girl. Come on, Kim Petras. Fabulous. Okay, thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Bye.
In the port. Look at the boss being a boss.
It's my party.
We're almost done. So I'm going to ask you really quick. We're here with a purpose tonight. Save the port. Tell me what one of your favorite memories is of being here at the Port Bar, Miss Sally Limon.
Okay, so everyone talks about like the emotional moments. Everyone talks about like, oh, I won this thing. Bitch, my favorite moment was in my first. Oh, this way?
No, I'm like trying to wipe fake tears from your eyes.
Oh my God. I'm not going to cry. I'm about to fucking laugh because my first performance ever was at Port Bar. And fucking Delilah B. Fierce comes backstage. She looks at me up and down and she goes, well, at least you're good at hair.
Wow.
And honestly, it was a moment. It was like, I felt, of course, red, but that's a part of the fucking community. We are drag queens.
Yeah.
We're going to read each other.
Yeah.
And it was like a welcome,
Yes.
Matt.
Yeah.
Honestly, to Port and to the drag scene here in the Bay.
Yeah.
I'm not from here.
Yeah.
So I just felt so, like, red. I just felt so fucking seen and disrespected. And that made me feel at home.
Yes, exactly.
Just like my real family.
Oh, trauma. Well, it's getting hot and steamy back here, so we're going to go ahead and cut this off. But thank you, Sally Limon, for your beautiful thoughts. We're going to get you back on the pod for a full episode.
Yes. With our nails.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So, Cunty, and we're going to touch tips really quick.
MeMeCherry presents a series of fortunate